Welcome to Win the Day from Back to the Bible. I'm your coach, Pastor Nat, and today we will talk about living out our faith. What would you think if someone claimed that they worked for one company but never showed up to work? Instead, they performed their duties at a rival company across the street. Now, if you're like me, you'd think there is a difference between claiming one thing and living it out. Well, one of the evidences of our salvation is turning from our old life to our new life in Christ. This is why Paul commended the Thessalonian church in 1 Thessalonians chapter 1, beginning in verse 9. Paul writes, "For they themselves report concerning us the kind of reception we had among you, and how you turned to God from idols to serve the living and true God, and to wait for his Son from heaven, whom he raised from the dead, Jesus, who delivers us from the wrath to come." The people the Thessalonian church had reached with the gospel experienced the authenticity of their faith. How? Well, Paul says, how you turn from idols to serve the living God. When I was in India, I watched idol worship at a Hindu temple. It was so sad because it was empty religion with no hope. And if those people became saved, they would be called to abandon those practices and live as Christians. Just like the idea of a person working for a Trader Joe's, while wearing the Walmart uniform, something just wouldn't be quite right. Evidence that they were saved was the abandonment of their old life and religion. They turned from their religion and turned to Jesus. But there was more. They were focused on serving God while waiting for the return of Jesus. Now, it's true. The church has been waiting for Jesus to come back for 2,000 years. But our waiting is not indifferent or meaningless. We are called to be living a life like the Thessalonians. We are productive through our evangelism, our service, through our obedience and worship. Jesus is coming back soon, but this time it's with a sword and a gavel. He is the good judge who will reward the saints and judge the condemned. Though his children do not fear judgment, we don't want to be caught being idle or in sin. So here's my challenge for you today. Serve God. Now, I don't know what that looks like for you, but answer the question. How can you show your faith at church, in your neighborhood, in your retirement community, at work, or wherever God has you? The possibilities are endless. But friend, listen to me. Jesus is coming back soon. So let that truth motivate us to live for eternity instead of living for ourselves.